Hi Aquarius, this is Heather and I am the medium on a mission, and I will be bringing you your July Spirit Speaks monthly tarot card video. And in this video I will bring through any messages from Spirit as well as any guidance that you seek for the month of July, anything that might be needing to come forward, and we'll go from there. And so I'm super excited. This is my first month doing this, and I did in preparation for, I knew I wanted to do these back in January, and it just never happened. My friend Dee has been a big proponent and pushing me in this direction, so I want to give her a shout out and thank her for that. Dee from Consciousness Evolution Journey, she's been amazing. I've learned to go beyond just speaking to Spirit and really relying on and trusting that the cards are going to give the messages as well. And so that was my apprehension about doing one of these videos for just general Spirit, because I just never know. Like, I wanted to make sure that it serves whoever listens to the video. And so that is my intent, and so we'll kind of see how this goes, and I hope it resonates, and I hope you like it, and we'll see. And so I will be using my deck that I created, When Spirit Speaks, and so this is just basically any signs and symbols that Spirit uses to communicate to me. I put them in a deck so that I thought that would be the best way if I'm going to do monthly guidance videos for you to do that. And so I will be using those, as well as my Namaste blessing and divination cards. These are amazing. They have really good just sort of general guidance on them, and I'm going to use that to wrap up the reading and just to kind of give you general guidance for the month, and so you can kind of see what's ahead of you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the reading. And so I've got it laid out here, mind, body, and spirit, and so I'm just going to keep it kind of basic, doing a 3-card spread for the month. I find that when I communicate with Spirit and get specifics in terms of my mediumship, that they kind of cover off all of those areas, and so those are the areas that I think are most important in which to give you guidance every month. And so it'll just be 3-card spread, and then the final one here. So again, mind, body, and spirit. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and see what Spirit has for you, Aquarius. All right. Oh, we've got a flyer, so I'm going to take that one in the mind. Okay, perfect. And as I'm talking through this right now, I do have an awareness of a grandmother energy that's coming forward. I do feel that, I feel like she would have been someone who, and this is it's obviously female, could be a mother, but I get more of a older type of female energy. And I do feel like she, let's see, just sort of connecting with her further here. I do feel like she's someone who in life would have given you guidance. I feel like she's someone who would have helped you out, would have been there to support you. I feel like she's that kind of, I even want to call her by a nickname or something like Mama, or I'm not sure what that is, but I feel like she's someone who would generally, if you needed help, she would be the one that you would go to and kind of seek that wisdom and guidance from her. And so she's just stepping forward in this space right now into which to give that energy. So doesn't necessarily mean that it'll resonate for everyone, but Spirit never wastes a thought. And so if there's anything specifically, anyone who has this will, and that's my intent, serve many people. And so I feel like this grandmother is here to show support right now. Let me see here. Let me just sort of tune into her energy and see what she has to say, and then I'll read the cards and see what she's got. Okay, so I do feel like there's a situation coming up regarding finances right now at this time. I do feel like there's a feeling of wanting to increase your financial abundance, and the feeling of wanting to bring more into your life at this time. I do feel like there will be some changes for you this month, and when I say that, it may not be changes in the sense that you are actually going to experience more of that financial abundance that you're looking for at this time. It may just simply mean that you are in the space of trying to create the wealth or doing the next steps in terms of making that happen. And as I'm saying that, I'm being drawn over to the cards now by her. And so in the mind space, we've got learning. And so to me, that kind of goes along with what she was saying here, and I understand that, that this is, I feel like you might be beginning to open up a door into this space of learning so that you can earn and really get into that next step and create that financial abundance and wealth that you're looking for. Now, with that being said, just because this is sort of the diagram here that or the representation of learning, it doesn't necessarily mean it's in a financial institute. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pay a ton of money in which to learn. Learning can be done through YouTube, it can be done through reading books, anything like that. And so the biggest thing to know is that there's something that you're doing, that you're sort of opening up your mind in which to learn more so that you can create more abundance and wealth in your life at this time. And so I feel like this is and I actually feel like there might be a connection. So I'm recording this, what is it, June 14th. And so I feel like this is coming for you at this time. So, I'm sorry, it's the 15th. So I actually feel like this is something to where you might actually be starting it in June, and then in July you're starting, yep, that's what's happening. And so just know that I feel like this is for the month of July, but it could be happening around this time as well. So I feel like the door's opening. You may have had a conversation with someone. Someone may have said, hey, I'm taking this class. You should totally do it. Could be any number of those things, but I feel like this is you feeling like, you know what, I've got to make that change from a financial perspective and start moving in the direction to where I can really kind of create that abundance in my life. And the next card we have here is, from a body perspective, is endurance. And so when I'm sort of connecting with that energy, it's the feeling of, I feel like I've just been sort of like sloughing it around. I feel like I haven't maybe gone out and done as much and move and shaker type of energy. And I feel like you're at this, the sense that I'm getting here is that this is part of this, creating that endurance within you, and that as we sort of move our physical bodies, I think, these things kind of go hand in hand. When you exercise the brain, the mind, and learn more, it creates sort of the wheels spinning, and then the body gets moving as a result of that. I feel like I just feel like the kind of releasing those endorphins, moving that energy. Endorphins are a big part of this as well from a body perspective. When you release those endorphins, obviously it creates a high vibration, high energy, and things are just sort of ripe for moving forward with that. And so I feel like that's the next kind of big thing that's coming up in terms of the body space for the focus for July, is to really sort of getting moving, doing more of those things that you enjoy doing, and all of those really just sort of go hand in hand in terms of creating that space for abundance and wealth in your life. And just to be clear, wealth doesn't necessarily have to be money. Wealth can be, I am at the space where I finally have the life I want. I am in a space where I'm at a job where I'm learning more things, and I feel like I'm creating a mind wealthiness. Your body, maybe you don't have a lot of coins per se, but your body, you're in the best shape you've ever been. Maybe you're getting to the point where you know what, I'm going to invest in my physical body, my mental body, and therefore the rest will come into play. And so whatever that is for you, not everyone's definition of success is financial abundance. It can be emotional abundance. And so that actually brings me over to the next card here as well. And so, being the Spirit card, what I'm getting around this is, well, obviously, Aquarius being a water sign, there's no kind of accident there. That's interesting. And then the emotions around it as well. And so I feel like from when I tune into this and the energy that I get here, I feel like this is big into the emotional awareness that if I can get my mind right through my learning, and I can get my physical body moving, my emotions towards money, towards abundance, all of those things will really change as a result of these things being in place. So I feel like this, when I see this, and really what it resonates for me is that, especially followed with these cards here, I just feel like there's this feeling of a mental sort of emotional block around these things. Like, can I really have all these things? Can I really obtain all these things? Can I going in this direction and sort of owning the emotion that's connected to these things? And so really being able to move in that direction and change your emotions around how you perceive things in your life, right? So it could be a situation where you feel there's some things that have occurred in your past that maybe I don't deserve these things. Maybe this next step, maybe I'm not good enough. It's really about shifting the emotional connection, whatever that trigger is, whatever that sort of thing that belief system that you've created. It's sort of redefining what that looks like from a spiritual perspective, and really kind of allowing this new life to come in to create that abundance of whatever form of abundance that looks like for you. So that's what I'm getting on that. I'm just going to kind of sit with Spirit for another minute here and see if I get anything else. I do get a family connection to this as well. For whatever reason, I'm not sure if there's a feeling of, as I'm saying, maybe the hesitation. I don't know if you're in a situation where maybe you have a family and it would take some time away from that, or if there's a feeling of having to take care of your family from a financial or an abundance perspective, or a lot of pressure being put on you. But I do feel a connection with a family that's dynamic in the way that you're thinking and the sort of the motivation and the direction that you're going. And you may actually have a situation where you have family that I want to do more for them, if not for me, for them. And so as a result, I am going to kind of go down these steps in which to really learn and expand my awareness and get better in shape, get more, move my physical body so that I'm present and I'm more active with my family. Maybe it's just about going out and being active with your family and doing more things to really, use these physical bodies that we come into and experience them while you're here. And so that's what I've got there. So lastly, I am going to pull a card, the Namaste card, and see what Spirit has to say in terms of a general message and theme for the month of July for Aquarius. All right. Make sure you can see my shuffling here. These cards are just beautiful. I really love them so much. They're all just amazing messages, and they all just seem to really resonate depending on the circumstances. Okay, so blessing from the Divine Mother. A previously door, let me put this up here. A previously closed door opens. This is a blessed and fortunate time for you, but be mindful, humble, and grounded. Feel your connection. Oops, sorry, that was off. Feel your connection to the earth. Feel her energy, love in your heart, and know that you are eternally blessed by the Divine Mother. And so that's what you've got here. So it's interesting because of a mother, a grandmother, mother energy, that female energy that was coming forward. I feel like that's connected with that as well. But I also feel like this goes back to, a lot of times when we kind of go through these stages where we're sort of closing the door on something that may no longer serve us. It could be bad habits. It can be a bad mindset, emotions connected to circumstances that in life that may no longer serve us. It could be any one of those things. And so really sort of acknowledging the new space that you're in and honoring that and just really sort of owning this new space that you're going into. But it is an interesting time of kind of closing the door onto a situation or outdated thought or emotion that no longer serves you. And so that's what I'm getting on that as well. And so I do feel like just in general that there's a bit of a spiritual evolution that's going on for you, Aquarius, for this month. I feel like there's a lot of kind of introspective work going on, going inward, really sort of examining yourself and the dynamics of sort of the relationships and the tribes that you keep in this world. And I really feel like this is just going to be a really good month for you to sort of go inward. I don't feel like it's going to be necessarily one of those big reveal months or these big months of putting yourself out there. I feel like it's more of an awakening within, and so that kind of sets the catalyst for the change that's going to come down the road as well. And so as I'm saying that, I feel like September, I feel like August is going to be big for you, September, but September, October is going to be, there's going to be some changes in September, October that are as a result of the work that you're doing now. So keep doing it, keep moving through this space. I feel the results will come at that point, and so hopefully when we get back again into August, September, your readings will reflect that. It will be interesting to see what comes of that. But it's about doing the work, right? So oftentimes when Spirit comes forward, they give messages. We have free will. We have the effort in which to do what we need to do. So this is just saying, hey, look, now is your opportunity to go down this path. What will you do with that? And so you can say, no, I'm good. This doesn't resonate. I'm moving on. And the window then closes because you close it. And so it's really, this is the right time for you to kind of go down this path and really sort of the mind body expansion in which to heal some of these other things within you. And so it's fascinating. 77 cards and the water sign comes out from a spirit perspective. So that's not Aquarius is a water sign, so you can't really make that stuff up. So I hope that resonates for you. I can't wait to find out. Put your feedback in. Let me know if what you're going through at this time, if there's anything that resonates, maybe new beginnings, closing of doors. Even if you're in the transition space, don't kind of fret that space. It's the space between is always the unnerving space that we get caught in and where we feel like we're sort of lost. But it actually is where we just sort of begin to find ourselves and who we really resonate with. And so honor that space in between and just know that things are going in the direction that they need to. And have an amazing month, Aquarius. Many blessings, and namaste.